Hey guys, Jason Lyle Black here. For this podcast special, I'm going to actually play a song for you and then kind of teach you a lot more than normal about how to improvise it. Kind of show you a few step-by-steps, and probably make this into a little bit of a series so that you can follow more on how to put songs like this together at home. All right, here's the song. This is improvised. So as you can see, like I said, that's actually improvised. I was messing around on this motif a little bit before, so I had kind of an idea of where I was going with it. But now I'm going to show you how to put together a song like that. Sorry for those of you watching this whose if your boyfriend just wrote you this beautiful song and you thought that was amazing, and now after seeing this video, you're thinking it only took him five minutes to write it, and now you don't feel very loved or special. Sorry to burst the bubble. But maybe he spent hours on it, so don't feel too bad. Alright, so here's how you put together a basic song like this. This song actually just uses 4 chords. A lot of pop love songs have very simple chord structures and don't change much. So this song's in the key of G major. If you're not familiar with what that is, you might want to check out some other YouTube pianists that are kind of explaining basic music theory. But it is in the key of G major. And like I said, there's 4 chords. You have the 1 chord, which is G, the 4 chord, which is C, the 6 chord, which is an E minor, and then the 5 chord, which is D. Those 4 chords. Now on the left hand, it's pretty simple. What I did, I played just both G's. I played both notes of the chord in an octave together, and then just walk up. It changes like that. And then you want a little motif to repeat in the right hand. That's the nice thing about popular music. You can take one motif, repeat it 5 different times. It still sounds great. It's a little different than classical per se, but it makes for great pop music. So I'm just taking this. Taking that motif and just repeating it time and time again. Just vamping that same routine. And there's a lot of ways you could do that, but it's nice to keep something that kind of has a root feel to it. This little motif here is based on the G chord, so it kind of keeps a root sense so that when you go up, you're still kind of waiting for it to resolve, and it does there. And then you repeat the cycle. So you could work this basic vamping part, any way you want it. Little journey reference there for you. I mean, really, if you wanted to take this is, you got G's on bottom. Let's say we want to put this chord, invert it up, and maybe we want to do the best way to learn how to do this, how to improvise, is really just by experimenting on your own, kind of figuring out what sounds good. I don't think that this particular way sounded quite as good as the first one. When you're keeping the roots on there, it's a little bit more pleasant. But we could mess with this a little bit. Now that I've shown you, this is just the G chord here that we're using. So let's try messing around with it a little bit, see if we can make it sound better. There's another little technique I did in there, and that was, kind of expanded on this melody, to give it some more flavor, and then I pulled back and kind of reduced it back to a basic one. I did something a little more expanded, and then went from that to, just back to the basic, just like that, and just kind of use that to repeat it, to end it. So you want to put that variety in, you want to kind of grow, make it a little more complex and back off, and then add some nice variety to the piece. So, hope that gives you a little bit to go on in terms of the right hand. Like I said, you can kind of pick a chord and just vamp on it, and then take your left hand, walk the bass up. Some of you watching this probably already very familiar with these things, pretty basic for you. Some of you might have no familiarity with this and are hoping I would maybe back up a few steps, but definitely encourage you to check out some other podcasts out there, and be sure to subscribe, though I'll talk some more in another special podcast episode about techniques for improv. I'll revisit this same song here and give you some ways to kind of work on that. I'll talk a little bit more about the melody now. Today I just wanted to introduce the beat to you, but I'll talk more about the melody and about the chorus, about the bridge, and just some techniques, to